know.
You tell me.
I parked it there last night.
Yeah.
No, I did.
Curly, sometimes we all have a little bit too much to drink.
Look, if you don't believe me, ask Vinny.
Look, I don't care whether you parked it on the moon and you've got a video to prove it. Right now, it's outside the shop and no one can get in.
I can see that.
So move it!
No regrets, then.
Not so far.
Still time to jump, you know.
Do you want me to?
No. You sit tight. Nice to have you here, you know. I was just thinking, you make a decision as quick as you did out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Well, you might feel a bit different this morning.
Well, I mean, it wasn't out of nowhere. I mean, it may have been sudden, but we've talked about it often enough.
Oh, well, that's true. Anyway, I like having you here. Oh, come on.
What?
Ah, that old kettle has had it, so it has. It's on its last legs, I'll tell you. Shame you didn't bring your old one here.
Well, I told you. I gave it to my friend with all my other stuff.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. There's a load of stuff around here could do with replacing, you know.
Yeah, well, to be honest, Jim, I wouldn't have wanted it. It reminded me of the life I left behind.
Well, I hope she appreciates it.
I never want to see that stuff again. It never made me happy. You're all that matters to me now. Well, and my son, of course. I've got everything I want here.
Well, long may it last.
Lee, look, about the other day in the bar.
Look, now, I know you're having a real hard time of it, and I am sorry.
Well, don't you apologise. It's me that should be sorry. I just don't know what I'm saying at the minute.
Well, it's not that I don't appreciate what you've done for me, but...
Just don't broadcast it, right? Did anyone hear?
Well, only Janice and Steve, and they already knew, so no real harm done.
Good. Well, it won't happen again.
So how are the police getting on?
I don't know. They're coming round later, so no doubt I'll get an update.
Well, if there's anything I can do. Have you got the funeral sorted?
Yeah. Dougie's seeing to it.
Right. I'll get you some flowers then.
Might as well send them to Narcotics Anonymous, eh? I'm sorry, Leanne. That'll be really nice. Thank you.
Somebody's left a card for you. Let's see. What is it? It's a Mother's Day card. For you? Who's it from? Doesn't say.
What a nasty trick.
Be that Kirsten.
Is it her handwriting? Well, this is going in the bin, where it belongs. Just don't let it upset you, all right?
I'm not.
Nobody with a shred of decency would do a thing like that. It's cruel and it's vicious. I bet her mum doesn't know. Just ignore it, I would.
Look, I'm not upset, okay?
So what is it today, then? Money? Love life? Fatal illness?
It's my job, what do you think?
Well, do something about it, Vic.
Yeah, I've been trying to. Been talking to my uncle. He's got a minicab firm.
You're not serious. What, driving drunks around all the time and cleaning sick off your back seat? What kind of a job's that?
I'm setting up on my own.
Oh, yeah? All right, well, that's different then, isn't it? Well, why the long face?
Because I need my share of the money from the house to set it up. Anita won't sell, and she won't buy me out, so I'm stuffed.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a nice little unit on Victoria Street. It'd be just a job for that. When you ever work with Dougie?
Hello, Steve. I haven't got the money.
Well, you must be able to talk around, Vic.
She don't want to know about it.
Well, use your imagination. Now, what are her weaknesses?
Apart from shopping and George Clooney, I don't think she's got any.
They've all got something, mate. All you got to do is find out what.
I've got something for you.
I hope so, no?
Hey, I'm not giving it to you if you're going to be like that.
Oh, come on. I'm sorry.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thanks, sweetheart. Oh, there's one love that's like no other. The love of children for their mother. Oh, love, that's really nice.
It's just to say thanks for the last few months and all.
Hey, don't you worry about that. Any mother would have done the same. Thanks.
Nice one, girls.
Will you tell him where I parked my car last night?
This your hobby, Vic, car spotting?
Yeah, I write down all the numbers in a book.
Kinky.
It takes all sorts.
How many have you got?
I don't know. You come and help me count them if you like. Only it's a big book.
Size matters, eh, Vic?
Will you just tell him?
You're not going to believe this, but he parked it in the street.
Yeah, but where? Outside whose house?
You as Curly, I cannot tell a lie.
See?
So what was it doing outside the shop this morning?
That's a good question. That's what I'd like to know. You see, someone keeps moving my car. I know it sounds balmy.
And why would they want to do that?
Another good question. And how?
Well, perhaps Gina could get the spirits to tell us.
I think it's what they call drink talking.
I wasn't drunk and it wasn't me.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for you, Curly.
Thanks, I'd appreciate that.
If I see anybody driving you round the bend, I'll let you know.
Some Mother's Day, eh? Not that he ever remembered. No? That was the joke. It was terrible. No cards, no flowers. I used to wait in all day to see if he'd remember. I won't be doing that anymore. At least I knew he was out there somewhere. I mean, even after we fell out, I like to think that.
Hey, I bet he remembered you when he was small.
Used to bring me pictures home from school. Usually drawings of me with some scrawly message on the bottom.
You see, he did love you.
He was just a kid. Didn't stay like that.
No, he turned into a stroppy adolescent like we all did.
Oh, come on, Debs, he was worse than that.
Well, he'd have changed back eventually. You'd have got close again.
You think so?
Happens in lots of families. That's the real Tony. The one who did those drawings. Just think of him that way, Nat. That's the son to remember.
How's Natalie bearing up?
Oh, pretty much the same. No, it's knocked over sixes, this.
Still, at least she's got you to support her.
If she'd let me.
How do you mean you're helping out round here, are you?
Yeah, but nothing I do or say is right.
Still, she's having a difficult time. You can take it out on your loved ones when you're feeling like that, can't you?
You reckon?
I gave our Ashley one hell of a time when Maureen left me. And I'll tell you this. I don't know what I'd have done without him. You hang in there, Vinny. She'll know what a rock you've been at the end of it all.
Well then, Stephen, you join us for a drink?
Yeah, go on then, if I must.
What's the matter with you? Here forever going on at me to cheer up. Don't you like the result?
Well, not if it means watching you two drooling over each other every morning, no.
Gina, pint for your man here, one for me and for the lady.
G&T, please. Right. You don't mean that, do you, Steve?
No, I'm only joking.
Well, I noticed you weren't around this morning.
Well, I use it as a hotel at the best of times. No, I'm very pleased for you. And if you can stop him leaving toenail clippings in the bath, all the better.
Well, I'll do my best.
Did, I just hear what I thought I did?
Oh, hi, Janice.
You moved in with Jim?
Yeah, that's right.
So, Janice, you going to join us for a drink, you know, by way of a celebration?
Well, I better add. Shocked at system is this.
Well, I tell you, it was a bit of a shock to me. It's been a bit of a rocky road, but we got there in the end anyway, you know?
Well, I look forward to hearing all about it.
So, what have you found out, Inspector?
Well, we've questioned the men who were inside for the murder of your husband.
And?
They've all got cast-iron alibis, I'm afraid.
Surprise, surprise.
They were already in custody awaiting trial.
So, you found out the exact date that my son was killed?
Not the exact date, no. The pathologist is confident it was after their arrest.
And that makes them innocent then, does it? I mean, they couldn't have organised it from the inside?
It's possible. Though why they'd want to risk more trouble just before a trial?
Well, then they must have had mates happy to do it. Come on, it must have been a revenge killing of some kind. What other motive is there?
I can assure you, Mrs. Barnes, we're exploring every possible avenue. We'll be interviewing all their known associates.
Then why aren't you out there doing it?
Because those other lines of inquiry need to be followed up as well. Which is why we've come back to you. You understand that in a murder inquiry, details are very important.
Of course.
We want to get an exact picture of who last saw Tony and when.
Oh, I'm reassured to hear it.
So, Mrs. Barnes, when did you last see him alive?
It was after Dez's funeral, which was November 27th, 98, so must have been December sometime.
Where was that?
In here, this room.
Do you know where he went afterwards?
No.
You didn't ask? He didn't say?
No.
Bit unusual, isn't it? For a mother not to wonder where her son was going.
Well, we'd had a row as it happens. I didn't even care where he was going.
A row? What about?
I don't know. Family things.
So you parted on bad terms?
We did, yeah.
Might that day have been the 11th of December, 98?
Could have been, yes. Why?
Because it was on that day that you wrote him a cheque for £4,000. If you parted on bad terms, Mrs. Barnes, why on earth would you do a thing like that?
What's over you, curly lad? You've a face like a puzzled rat.
My car keeps moving.
Well, that is the general idea. It's when it don't move you have to worry.
No. When I'm asleep, someone keeps shifting it.
I see. What, far?
First night, a few yards. End of the street last night.
Somebody learning to drive, it sounds like. Are you sure your handbrake's not slipping?
Oh, come on.
No, I'm serious. If it's a load of yours pushing it for fun, well, there must be some explanation.
It could be that, I suppose.
I'd clamp it if I were you.
A clamp? Now, that's an idea.
Mr. Fix-It, that superstore on Ring Road, they sell them. If it is a load of lads having a laugh, that'll soon stop them.
Right. Can I get you a drink?
Oh, get lost, Jim. We're having a girly chat.
All right.
So what's changed?
Sorry?
Oh, don't give me any of your flannel, Gwen. It weren't a week ago. You were saying it weren't for you.
Yeah, well, I've been doing a lot of thinking since then.
I hope so.
Well, when I said all that, what I meant was he's not the kind of bloke you'd fall head over heels for. But everyday living's not about that, is it?
True.
Fact is, I like him, we get on well together, he's kind. He can bring some stability into my life and, well, I can bring some fun into his.
Yeah, but just when you'd won all that money, I thought you'd want a bit of fun.
Yeah, well, I haven't known what I wanted for the last few months, to tell you the truth. That's been half my problem. When I said all that about Jim, I hadn't thought it through.
So you're happy about it?
Well, else I wouldn't have done it.
There's no other reason?
Like what?
Well, you tell me.
I've done it because I like him and I think we can make it work. That's all there is to it.
Well, as long as you know what you're doing.
I do. Don't worry.
Well, we have been doing our inquiries, haven't we?
He used the money to open a building society account.
It's true I gave him the cheque, and that was the last time I saw him, so whatever date that was must be right.
So let me ask you again. Why did he give him the money?
When I said that we'd had a row, it wasn't just any old spat. I'd come to the end of my tether with him, and I told him I didn't want to see him again, so that money was sort of his inheritance, so to speak.
What exactly was said between you?
I don't know. I can't remember the exact details.
You must know why you'd fallen out. Nothing to do with your husband's death by any chance. Blaming your son for that, maybe. It was because of him that he died, after all.
Do you have to?
If you wouldn't mind, madam.
You'll be saying she killed him next.
Oh, don't, Debs.
Now, why would I say a thing like that?
I don't know, but it's what you're getting at, isn't it?
Perhaps we should continue this down at the station. There'll be fewer distractions there.
Not today.
There's still a lot I have to ask you, Mrs. Barnes.
For pity's sake! She's burying her son tomorrow. Can it not wait?
OK. Under the circumstances, we'll leave it for now. But this isn't going to go away. I'll be back.
Mother's Days are usually nice. You'll be glad of it this time next year, I tell you.
Don't say that.
Oh, you wait. Looking after a baby's a full-time job, and it doesn't stop there. You never really get shot of your kids until they leave home. You think I'm joking, don't you?
No, it's not going to be that bad for me, is it?
Oh? What's different about you?
Well, you'll be doing most of it, won't you?
Me?
Yeah, bringing it up and that.
What gives you that idea?
Well, I'm only 13, I won't know what to do.
Then you'll have to learn. Did you really think I'd be doing it all for you? I think you and me better have a little chat.
Don't tell me.
All right, I won't.
You put the clamp on, traffic warden thinks you've already been done, walks away, leaves you alone. It's very clever, but you see, there's no parking restrictions on this road.
Is it you?
What?
Well, some people, guilty people, they joke, don't they? You know, to put you off the scent.
No, you've lost me now.
Where were you last night?
I've got it. You're trying to get it off. Someone's put it on and you're trying to get it off. Well, it wasn't me, mate. I thought you were trying to get it on.
I am.
Why?
Because somebody keeps moving my car, and I put that on to try and stop them doing it.
What, nicking it, you mean?
No, just moving it. Up and down. And before you start, I've heard all the jokes.
Well, I should do the trick, Curly.
Yeah. Special offer, Mr. Fix-It.
Well, maybe I should get one for my car, then. I mean, if there's a serial car mover about.
Do you think there is?
I'll leave you to it, Curly.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, thanks, Steve.
So you thought I'd be bringing it up while you carried on as normal?
Well, not completely.
But somewhat like that.
Well, I've still got to go to school, remember?
I've still got to go to work.
Well, can't you give up work?
And where's our money coming from?
Well, Martin works.
Do you really think I'd be going out to work if his wage was enough? We have this standard of living because we both got jobs.
Yeah, but Martin's just got promoted.
Yes, and it's just as well with a baby on the way. Have you any idea how much they cost?
Yeah, well, the government, they help, don't they?
You mean child benefit? Well, that doesn't go very far. You've seen Gary Mallet struggling to make ends meet, and there are thousands like him. We're the lucky ones.
I don't want to give up school.
You won't have to.
But I can't go to school and look after the baby.
Oh, well, we'll sort summit out.
Yeah, but if you're still working...
Well, I'll have to have some more time off, won't I? I think we should start thinking about that, how it's going to work. 'Cause you're going to be tired, aren't you? Looking after a baby and doing your own work.
I thought this was the hard bit. I thought that
your problems really start. There's no two ways about it, Sarah Lou. This is the biggest upheaval you've ever had in your life. I'll do all I can to help, but you'll have to take the brunt. Life's never going to be the same again. And you might as well get used to the idea.
So did you buy a clamp in the end?
I did, Fred. I'd like to see him shift it now.
How long has it been going on, this malarkey?
Well, ever since I've met this woman, this Colette.
You don't think it's her, do you?
Do you know, Fred, I don't know.
Doesn't sound like a woman's trick to me. Out like that, they're usually on receiving end. Woman I knew, she had a weirdo playing tricks on her. She had to move house, it got that bad.
Oh, cheers, Fred. I really needed to hear that.
Even that didn't stop him. She had to move house again and change her name. That did the trick, I'm glad to say.
You mean they can even find you when you've moved out?
Well, if they know your name, certainly. Change that, and it's a lot harder for folk to track you down.
I'll try the clamp first.
So any luck with Nita?
You must be joking. It's like trying to shift concrete.
At least you're on your own with her.
How do you mean?
Well, look at me. I've got two middle-aged losers slobbering over each other every day. So just to put me off going back, I tell you.
You mean something like that could drive you out?
What are you thinking of it, mate? Nothing like an uninvited guest to focus the mind.
So what have you two lovebirds got planned for tonight?
Nothing special. I only moved in on Friday.
Do you know, it's only 2 days, feels like a year, so it does. Terrible.
Oh, give over. Well, I think we should celebrate, though.
Well, nothing too expensive, all right?
I don't know. They wine you, dine you, then once they get you in the kitchen...
No, Jim's being right and sensible. You can't spend what you haven't got.
Oh, I can't be doing with that. No, we ought to celebrate.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you make me a nice bowl of spaghetti like you did the first time? And a bottle of wine to go with it.
That sounds good to me, aye?
Early night.
Oh, indeed. We've got work tomorrow. Perhaps we should get on, aye?
So if you'll excuse us, Janice.
No, don't mind me.
See you later, Janice.
Yeah, you may as well enjoy it.
How you feeling? That copper had no right talking to you like that. Well, you can see where he was coming from. I mean, it's obvious that I did blame Tony for Des's death, and then they'd find his body round the corner.
Oh, yeah. Like you'd have given him £4 before you killed him and then dumped his body on your own doorstep. Like you'd have done it at all.
Well, they've got to go through everything.
Yeah, well, it doesn't bear thinking about.
Anyway, he wasn't actually accusing me.
Oh, but...
Debs, I haven't got the energy right now. I'm going to need all I've got for tomorrow. Funerals are meant to be the end of it all, but I'm not going to lay him to rest in my mind until they've got who did it.
Funerals are never the end, not when you loved someone.
I suppose not. Listen, do you know what time it is?
About 7-ish.
I think I'm going to be okay on my own tonight.
Oh. Oh, right, yeah, whatever you want. Can I get you anything?
If only you could.
There we go.
Cheers, Gwen.
Cheers. I've been thinking.
Oh, aye.
You know, I said I wanted to leave my old life behind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's something else I could do to help that.
Really?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for ages. Now's a good time as any. I'm going back to my maiden name.
You serious?
Yeah. I haven't felt like Gwen Loveday for a long time. Well, not really. I'd be Gwen Davis. What do you think?
Like a step, I suppose.
Yeah, well, it's one I'm ready for. It's one I want.
Of course, you know what they'll say around here, don't you? Oh, aye. One day she moves in, next day she's moving back to her maiden name, right?
Well, I don't care what they say. Otherwise, I wouldn't have suggested it.
Is this what you really want?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, you make me a very happy man, Gwen.
Hey, I'm not talking permanent commitment, mind.
No, I know you're not.
But I think if we're going to make this work, we need a fresh start.
Well, it's fine by me. Come here. Anyway, look, don't worry, I won't hassle you. I'll take it day by day. You've made me a very happy man indeed.